You've also made the world's largest painting at the Grand Ballroom in Atlantis, which was sold for $62 million, and you decided not to keep the money with you. That's very hard in today's world and age. Like, people do not do that. What motivated you to do that, and what came within you?
The shorter version of the long story is we'd hit COVID. Leading up to COVID, our world was full of static. I felt it everywhere. The issues are, which took me a while as an artist to understand, but it's actually quite simple. Humanity is very overcomplicated. It's made of love and empathy. That's it. 2 words, love and empathy. Art is very overcomplicated. It's made up of 2 words, love and empathy. All the rest is nonsense. Distraction, smoke and mirrors. When you combine art and humanity with love and empathy, something really powerful happens. But through that process, I sort of understood that we are made of energy.
Yeah.
We communicate at our most poignant and our most powerful through energy. But the issue is the energy we emit is made of our intentions. When our intentions become questionable, we emit static. Intentions become agenda-filled, financially driven, ego-driven, etc. We emit static. Unfortunately, there is so much static emitted into our world. I could feel it everywhere. And it was everywhere. It was getting worse and worse. Energy can't transmit through static, hence the breakdown of humanity. Simple as that. That's the state we're in. We overcomplicate it, but it's as simple as that. If we focus on purifying our intentions, if we focus on emitting an energy of love and empathy and compassion, that vibrates at a higher frequency, and that changes the consciousness of humanity. The issue is when you emit static, you're actually doing a lot of damage to all humans that live on this planet. And then you realize that the only legacy we really give to this world is the energy we emit and the vibrations we leave behind. That's it. So leading up to COVID, I felt static everywhere. Every country, everywhere you went, every room you were in, it was just heavy. So I thought, okay, there's a moment here. There's an opportunity to create something, to tap into this. The issue with me is I don't paint through wanting to do it or, having a commission or, I better paint a bit now. I paint because I have to. Because if I don't, I go a bit mad. The world doesn't really make sense to me. Nothing in the world makes sense to me. Nothing around me makes any sense, except when I'm painting. So I paint to reconnect to our world. So I knew I had to paint, and it was tricky, and I just thought, okay, and I spoke to Atlantis, and I said, hey, I'd love to create something. I think I can create something beautiful. And the guy there, amazing guy called Tim Kelly, who's now the president of the Atlantis Group, at the time he was the VP, he said, yeah, go for it. Let's see what happens. So I just rolled out a big canvas and I started painting, and I paint from a meditative state. My brainwaves are in theta, which is a state of surrender. They put pads on my brain and sort of found that when I paint, my brainwaves are in theta. The issue is you can't create from theta. It's a contradiction. Theta is a state of surrender. Mozart did it. Beethoven did it. But no artists have done it. So through sort of painting in that way, I realized that I'm in an incredibly deep meditative state, like a trance, and I surrender to something up there, and I borrow a moment and something happens. And I focus on purifying my intentions, because then when you lay the paint with pure intention, that's where the power lies. That's when the paint vibrates at a higher frequency, and that's when it enters the soul